Today, we are going to be talking about how you can establish healthy boundaries inside of your relationships. I'm Nancy Levin. Welcome back to my channel. This is the place for you to learn about how to make yourself a priority by setting boundaries that stick so you can step into center stage of your own life. As we begin the conversation about establishing healthy boundaries in a relationship, the number one point I want to make is your boundaries are yours. They are between you and you, even if someone else is involved. So let that settle in for a moment. What that means is it's not about what the other person is doing or not doing. It all comes down to releasing blame and victimhood so you can really take responsibility for your own life and step into the empowerment that is yours for the taking. So let me first begin by defining boundaries. Your boundaries are the limits you set around what you will or will not do, will or will not tolerate, and will or will not accept. And in the setting of the boundaries, there also needs to be the holding of the boundaries. So the other piece of that equation is knowing how you're going to take care of yourself. So again, just like I said earlier, your boundaries are between you and you, even if they involve someone else, which means if your boundaries are being crossed, you are the one crossing the boundaries. And it's not up to anybody else to honor, respect, or uphold your boundary. It's up to you. And again, this puts you in the driver's seat. This makes it about you being able to take responsibility. So the first question I want to ask you is, do you currently have relationships in which you are noticing you are consistently crossing your own boundaries in order to stay in? So if you have relationships that require you to go against your own truth in order to stay, this is a red flag. The next thing I want you to take a look at is, are you operating from the belief that true intimacy, whether it is partnership or family or friends, that true intimacy is based on harmony at all cost? So what I mean by that is, are you constantly in that mindset of what do I need to do or say to make everything be okay? If that's the case, what I want you to know is harmony at all cost comes at a very high cost, and it comes at a high cost to us. And when we are engaged in that loop of thinking, what do I need to do or say to make everything be okay? We're not living in truth. We are not living in what is authentic and alive in the moment. We are trying to manipulate and fabricate in order to feel safe and to stay out of conflict. Speaking of conflict, here's something else I invite you to look at. If you are afraid of conflict in relationships, I invite you to really look at what your fear is. What I have found over the years of coaching thousands of people is we think being conflict avoidant is about not wanting there to be an argument. But what I really find is much deeper. If we are fearing conflict, and if we think in terms of all or nothing, if we think if there's a conflict or if we get into a fight, I'm going to get fired, or so-and-so's going to leave me, that I'm going to get abandoned in some way. If we are looking at something as that extreme and drastic, what's really going on here is that we are fearing conflict at a far deeper level. We're actually aware, but we don't want to be, that the relationship itself doesn't hold water. So we stay on the surface here about not wanting to get into a fight, not wanting to rock the boat, not wanting anything to be out of whack, because we don't actually want to look at what's beneath the surface. We don't want to look at the deeper issue of the conflict that we're experiencing, because then we would have to do something about it. So I just wanted to share these few things for you to begin looking at as we are working toward establishing healthy boundaries in our relationships. Again, it's not about expecting anyone else to do anything different. It's about knowing what's okay and not okay for us. What are our non-negotiables? What are we willing to live with or not live without? How can we continue to show up for ourselves best and hold others capable? So, for all you people pleasers and overachievers out there, this is an invitation to begin holding the people in your life that you love capable of taking care of themselves, so that you don't cross your boundaries over into their territory, trying to manage them and their emotions. Okay, I hope that you've enjoyed our conversation today. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell so that you will get an alert when I post a new video. And I will see you back here next time.